Thanks, Senator Padilla. Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome to the witnesses.
Thank you, Senator.
Mr. Polite,
Yes, Senator.
I am highly concerned that this Department of Justice is politicizing the enforcement of justice. You've discussed how there is a priority focused on elections, and I recognize that there is a political focus on that, although, as you've told this committee, out of 1,000 complaints, it produced a total of 5 prosecutions, none of which involved violence, and all of the 5 were based on threats. Serious threats of violence should be investigated and should be prosecuted. However, in the weeks after the Dobbs opinion was leaked, pregnancy centers in Portland, Oregon, Manassas, Virginia, Austin, Texas, and Frederick, Maryland were targeted and vandalized. Violent extremist group Jane's Revenge took credit for fire bombings of crisis pregnancy centers in Madison, Wisconsin, in Amherst, New York, in Buffalo, New York, in Des Moines, Iowa, and in Gresham, Oregon. More recently, centers in North Carolina and in Washington, D.C., just 500 yards from where you're sitting right now, were covered with red paint, were egged, and were graffitied by pro-abortion radicals. As of July 22nd, there have been at least 82 violent attacks against pro-life institutions, including churches and crisis pregnancy centers. Despite these very real threats and violent attacks against pregnancy centers, DOJ instead, on July 12th, set up a special, quote, reproductive rights task force, not to protect pregnancy centers, but instead to advocate the political agenda of this administration of expanding unlimited abortion on demand. I have zero doubt that if pro-life supporters were vandalizing and firebombing abortion clinics across the country, DOJ would declare it a national emergency, and you might as well send out the National Guard. But because your politics and the politics of the agency you work with happen to agree with the vandals, there has been no task force, there has been no priority. Why is that?
Senator, respectfully, I believe we agree that politics cannot and should not play any role in the investigative and prosecutorial decisions of the Department of Justice. We take very seriously any incidents of violence that occur within this country. I can tell you that those incidents that you're reflecting upon, if they are ultimately being considered by the Department of Justice, they will be taken.
Hold on a second. If they're being considered, you don't know sitting here today if they're being considered?
Senator, a number of these incidents are priorities in the focus not just of the criminal division, but of the civil division as well as our civil rights division.
Is there a task force?
Senator, it doesn't take a task force for us to have a prioritization of combating violence across this country.
Have any cases been brought?
Senator, I cannot comment on the existence of any current or pending investigations at this time.
Well, you're here commenting on the existence of when it meets the political priorities of the White House. All right, let me ask you a different